I'm loving these intro videos. Hey guys, welcome back. It is me, Apex Predator here again. And as promised, this is the round one of the Nations series this time. So this is the same day as the manufacturers yesterday. I did this race after the manufacturers. Had about an hour or so in between, had a few things to do. And I wanted really to get them both out of the way as early as I could because I knew my housemates would be back. But I unfortunately couldn't quite get the end of this race done before they came back, so I was a bit disappointed in me. I think I could have got a better result, but I ended up just having a bit too much going on around me, and I just wasn't fully concentrating as well as I could have been. But excuses aside, it's still not a bad race. I'm going to upload it anyway. And yeah, so this is Circuit De La Sarthe. If you've not seen this track from me, it was released a week or so ago, I think. Great track, obviously, historic track. The Mulsanne straight where we're about to hit now. It's a real road. I have driven down it actually. Not this fast though, of course. So won the outlap now, and I was wondering when I saw that La Sarthe was going to be round one, I was wondering if we were going to have a longer qualifying or not, because obviously your outlap's going to be about 3 minutes, and then you've got your hot lap, which is also going to be about 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes. So if it's a, you know, how long's the session? I don't know, 10 minutes was it? Not really going to have time to do an outlap and more than one hot lap probably, so there's no reason to be gunning it on this outlap really. You just take it out of your tyres. The tyre doesn't need to be too much of a problem, but still, so I'm just trying to sort of take it easy here. I could have sat in the pits for a bit, to be honest, and then let everyone get out, but because time was short as well, I was thinking, well, I don't know how long I've actually got. You know, is it going to be close to get out there, do an outlap and do a hot lap? So in the end it wasn't that close. I could have sat in the pits for a minute or so just to let people get away, but I mean, I don't know what that was. I backed off there, so I'm trying not to take too much life out of my tyres. And I'm not in anyone's way. He's not on a hot lap, for example. He's on an outlap as well. And he just came from nowhere there, miles back, so I don't know why he's in such a hurry on his outlap. And maybe he's trying to make it to the front and I got in his way. I'm not too sure about that one. But like I say, I'm trying to get to the hot lap as quickly as I can, but we're taking the least life out of my tyres. Straights aren't a problem, we can burn as much fuel as we want, the lighter the better, but trying just to be not too aggressive on the tyres in the corners, but these guys are just going for it on the outlap. I don't know why. But there's a good bit of space here, look, this would be good if we could maintain this sort of a gap for the hot lap maybe. Depends on how these guys are in front. Again, look how early I'm lifted there, nice early lift. I'm catching them up a bit though, so I'm going to have to back off a bit more. This guy's nearly off on the outlap. Good gap to the car behind though. Backing off here. I mean, I'd ideally be backing off more, but everyone's in such a hurry. And I guess it's because people are realising that it's going to be pretty tight on time, so I think people just want to just get out as quickly as possible and try and get 2 laps in. I don't think it's going to be possible, but I think maybe that's what people are trying. You're only really going to be able to do 1 lap, so you need to make sure. And the key for this track, if you've not driven it, is the penalties for corner cutting are so harsh. Cannot afford to go over you see the white lines here. You can't touch that red curb there. Basically, the key really here is just keep all 4 wheels on the track and you'll be okay. Apart from here, you can go all 4 wheels out beyond that right line. I think you can't on this one. On the way, on the turn there, or that one, or that one. I'm not even sure about this one. That could be a penalty, but I don't think it was actually. So that exit curve you're okay, all the rest you're not. So the safest thing really is just to try and keep all your wheels on the track. Kind of goes without saying, but if you've played this game for a bit and you know things like the manual corner cut that you could do, it doesn't go without saying, I don't think, in this game. So anyway, on this track, keep your wheels on the track and you'll be okay. Very strictly monitored the corner cutting in this race, which is a good thing I think. Again, it's the FIA season, so it makes sense for them to be cutting down and being strict on these things. Everyone's used to the penalty system by now, I think, so no complaints there, hopefully. Not too bad there. I think I could have. The first half of the chicane was good. I might have just been slightly too fast through the second part, and then as a result not on the power early enough to power out quite as well as I could have done, but it's okay. The main thing here is just getting the lap in the bag, really. See, the guy behind's got a penalty. That will almost certainly have been from the chicanes at the start of the race, of the lap, sorry. Probably quite close to a penalty. I think you're okay. Well, you might notice I got the cones on as well, just because it's the FIA races, and I just want to minimise the chance of me making a mistake as much as I can. So, yeah, why not? They're harmless enough, and they do help me a little bit. It's just nice to be able to see, sort of visualise a bit easier where you're going, because you sit quite low in the cars. I could use the roof view; it would be a bit easier, but yeah, it's just one of them. That's not looking too bad at the moment. We're going to be a long way off where we were in practice, but I think everyone's going to be the same, so. I'm in the 919 as well. So the cars people were going for in this race, I think a few people chose the Nissan that people were going for. I don't think I've driven that. Audi R18 was it? I think people were going for. That seems quite popular. I tried the Toyota, the TS050, and that thing was pretty nice to drive. I could have gone with that. It was close between that and this, the 919. But I've driven the 919 before. So I sort of know how it is to drive. It's pretty quick as well. It's pretty competitive. The corners pretty well too. I think it's quite good on its tyres. So I just wanted to go with something that I knew really here. That's why I chose the Porsche. Slightly too fast there, but we just saved the lap. And there we are, lap in the bag. Was it 3:24.4? Not too bad. Even though there's not enough time for another lap, I continued. Just because it's just good data, you know, you get practice at that fast right-hander, how much curb can you take, a practice at taking the chicanes, you know, braking with even the toe with someone, just sort of extra practice, extra data. It's not going to do any harm. So, qualifies third in the end of that lap. So here we go then. French guys are already on a little battle, so caught up a lot here. We may have taken a bit too much curb, both of those, so we may expect to have a slight penalty from that. Now here, look, I wasn't sure, so I'm backing off, but then I'm getting caught up from behind. A lot of ground here. What I probably should have done was to short shift to 7th, but instead I was like, oh, I could maybe save fuel, so I still ended up having to lift anyway whilst I was in this menu, while I would have hit him. So it's just a bit of a faff. So then I ended up lifting and then putting the fuel map down to 3, so not a good strategy really, because look, we've lost the position. The Porsche isn't the quickest on the straight anyway, but it's not too much of a concern. I can take the opportunity to save a bit of fuel, but here I realised that actually I'm just going to keep getting pressure from behind. Maybe I shouldn't be fuel saving. The manufacturer's race wasn't particularly tight on fuel. This one doesn't really seem like it's going to be either so far at this stage, so I was like, okay, let's just go back to one then. Since we're on the straights, it's a bit of a daft place to try and fuel save, to be honest. It was just because I was catching that guy so much, and I was like, well, we're in the toe now. I suppose if I'd have done it sooner, could have maybe got away with it without lifting, but I think what I should have done was short shifted. But I think even then I would have probably ended up still maybe having to lift, as we do pick up a penalty there. So the first chicanes are actually okay, must have just kept enough time on the track to be okay. It was close though, but that one was fair enough. I was just a bit compromised from the guy behind, under pressure, faffing about with the fuel map, just messed up, like falling a little bit. So this guy's up the inside now, not going to fight it too hard. You can see pretty much the whole grid's got penalties at this point. It's not going for contact, it will just be for minor track limit abuse. The Sarthe's a great track, Circuit De La Sarthe, France obviously, of course. Le Mans, really nice track. Well, it depends, it's pretty boring if you're in a slow car, but for the Group 1 cars it's great. Now, I still can't work out if I hit that guy, so hold on. Now, bear in mind, usually for this corner, you've got the cones on the left now, as I do have them on, so this will be useful for this. I'm not normally braking here, I'm normally lifting, turning in, and then maybe having a dab of the brakes once I'm turned in, but usually not, and then just brake hard through the next phase for the left-hander. And also bear in mind that I didn't get a penalty or anything, and it didn't really look on my end like there was contact, but it might have just been some kind of lag, or I might have ghosted through him. Let's take a look. So I mean, there's that happened. It's probably my fault, but I just wasn't expecting anyone to be that slow there. It just caught me off guard. Similar to what happened in the manufacturer's race yesterday, you know, on lap 1 with that Porsche, there was a bit of contact into turn 1, so I'm just not expecting people to be that slow there. So I mean, that is sort of my fault, I suppose, but yeah, it is my fault. But I mean, at least, I was going to say at least there wasn't contact, but I mean, it looked like there was for him. It's weird that it would not have the contact for me, but it would be for him, because you'd expect him to not have the contact since it's me coming from behind. But again, I wonder if the game realises that I'm not going, you know, it's not a dive bomb, I'm still lifting earlier than I usually would. I'm not normally braking at the point I had to brake there to try and avoid him. I was not expecting the car in front to slow down that much at that point, so I mean, luckily I didn't get a penalty. I felt a bit bad for him, because it looked like I did hit him from his perspective. So in lap 2, we were back and forth, which isn't great since we started in 3rd, but I think the Italian just got lucky. If I'd have been 4th and he'd have been 3rd, it would have probably been reversed, because 1st and 2nd were squabbling. There wasn't really any way I could get past them, so I just had to sort of lift, really. I suppose what I could have done is maybe instead of trying to fuel save when I caught the guy on the start of this straight here, I could have maybe gone down trying to get past him, but I think he'd have ended up going past me. I don't know. Anyway, it's a long race, it doesn't matter too much. As long as I don't lose the slipstream, which I sort of just about have here, so I think I'm aware of that at this point. I need to push on now, but luckily I'm not being pressured from behind, so I should be able to push on here. My housemates aren't back at this point either, so don't have the focus loss yet. I like the track, like I say, and I like the cars on the track. The Group 1 cars, you need a nice track like this where you can stretch the legs a bit. I know Circuit De La Sarthe from previous Gran Turismos as well. So this one took a little bit of learning just because it looks a bit different. It's just hard to get, you know, remember where the turnings and everything are. But after a few laps, you get it down. You remember how the corners flow, where you need to carry the speed, where you've got to just, you know, be cautious, conservative, and so all these little things, they come back quite quickly. So I know the track fairly well. P3 had a little bit of a slide coming out of the corner there. Look at our tyres. Tyre wear's not really a factor at the moment. But of course the 919's 4-wheel drive as well, so we should be pretty good for stability and traction even if we do start to wear the tyres a bit. But I'm not cornering that hard either, so tyre wear should be fine. Fuel looks pretty good as well. It's a 7-lap race, so aim want to come in on the end of lap 4 really if we can, or the end of lap 3. It's either the end of lap 3 or lap 4 depending on if you're losing time or not, or if you think there's an advantage to be made by coming in on either, dependent on what everyone else is doing. So, but here really I'm aiming for 4. And it looks pretty doable without any fuel saving, so yeah, don't need to worry about fuel saving, which is a bit odd. I was expecting there to be more, because I know people want the races to be just about racing, but I mean sadly fuel saving is a reality of motorsport and racing, so like it or not, there's always going to be an element of it, even if it appears there isn't, there will be. There's always going to be parts of a race where it's advantageous to you to try and save a bit of fuel so that you can be faster later on in the race. Yeah, we start at lap 3 now, pretty much maintaining the gap. No one's really pulling away. Probably still looking at the possibility of a win here as well. To be getting closer, and the penalties are racking up as well. I found the best place to serve penalties was that really sharp right-hander towards the end of the lap. I can't remember the name, sorry, I'll show you when we get to it. One, it's a slow part of the track, so there's that obvious aspect of it, but also penalties do tick quite easily there. You don't have to go too much out of your way to slow down for it to start ticking off, so that seems to be a good place. A little bit of action up ahead though, which is good for us, gives me the opportunity to close this gap a bit. As you can see, that visibly closer. We're all getting that slipstream though, but we're still not quite there. Very slight dab of the brakes, but when you saw that incident I had with him, I was having to be full on the brakes to try and not hit him, and I don't think it worked. So he was definitely a lot slower than you usually would be there for whatever reason. Caught the pack up a bit there. Italian's gone through to second place. So it looks like they're going to be battling, so this is still looking pretty good for me. Guy ahead was trying to serve a penalty there. It looked like it might have been. I think it just. I don't know if it's because I've got lots of track abuse penalties, it's ghosting people around me maybe, I'm not sure. The guy behind using a lot of track there, you can get away with that, it's probably the one place where you can. But I wouldn't want to abuse it just because I think it. Right, that 4. Still in touch. this is where my housemates come back. So it's always difficult with like the cross in front of the TV and stuff as well. It's just difficult to concentrate. But I mean, I still do my best. But yeah, it's just a shame. I just wasn't expecting. I think I really wanted to do this race earlier than I did. So I couldn't quite get there. But round 2 is on Saturday, I believe. This is good though, we've got the slipstream now. And the stint one, loads of fuel there, tyres are pretty good. That just means I've probably not driven the car as hard as I could have done, but I don't have the space really. I wonder if they're struggling on their tyres a bit now, it could be why we're closing the gap a bit more. Or it could be a bit of a squabbling, or probably a combination of all of that. It looks like P1's broken away a little bit, that's because we've got the Italian and P2 now. Probably less inclined to work together than the two French were. Not that it was helping them working together, because I was saying that was still pretty tight. Italian had a little moment there, or a slight bump, hard to tell. I think he just had a little moment, because he had a moment in the same place when I was behind him a lap or so ago. So yeah, probably struggling with the tyres a little bit. We're fine though. I'm scared of getting too close to someone down here again, so you see me lift there. He's defending, I've got no idea what his line's going to be, he's braking lead. But you see, that's how you should take it. Make that mistake, so yeah, I decided I might as well burn the penalty since I've already lost time, and that's the best place to serve a penalty anyway, and then I overcook it after the penalty. So yeah, it's all gone to pot now really, concentration's blown. Yeah, I'm trying to tell them when there's a good time to cross and stuff and all that, or I'll see them go to cross and I'll have to be like, not now, not now, it's just what I do. Space to do it in my own little room, you know, where I can't be disturbed, so we just do what we can. But yeah, we're losing loads of time here. As you can see, you can run off a lot on that corner. I wouldn't want to abuse it, just use it when you need to. We'll come in though. I was debating staying out longer, but there's really no need. I might as well get refreshed tyres and try and jump some people in the pits, but everyone's pretty much similar on fuel consumption, look, we're all about the same, so yeah, I guess no one was really fuel saving. Well, out of that bunch anyway. Yeah, certainly the no stop was a strategy, would have been viable. I don't know how fast it would have been. Probably would have been in the Toyota for that as well, it's very good on fuel, that car. So come out. Where's it going to shake out? In 7th, but we've got a few people who haven't stopped yet, so we'll have a better representation of where we are in the race come the end of this lap. But you can see it's pretty much unchanged. You've got the same faces directly in front of us. Although the Italian's nowhere to be seen. He must have stayed out. So we'll see how it shakes out at the end of the lap. The guy currently in, where are we, 7th, so he's in 5th, is it? Yeah, I'm not sure what country is it. Ukraine? The yellow and blue? I think it might be. I'm going to say Ukrainian, but I'm very sorry if that's not the case. The Ukrainian in front of us, he was behind before the pits, so he's had a good job. Unless he hasn't stopped, but I think he's too close to have not stopped, so he's done well out of the pits. Oh, I can see the Italian again now as well. So yeah, it's pretty much the same. It's just that we can't see 4th place. So yeah, the Ukrainians done very well out of the pit tunnel. Italian's coming back. A good battle goes through. Better through there. practice time is an issue, but I mean, how much is enough? Because I'd probably need the whole week, let alone the whole day practicing for one of these events to have any shot at getting anywhere near the top. So I suppose I'm never going to have enough practice, I suppose. But I could have done with a little bit more for these. So Saturday I'll see if I can make myself a bit more time. So I wonder how this is going to shake out at the end of this lap. Are we going to end up in 4th? I think 4th or 5th probably. Just because it was 3rd anyway, but we've got the Ukrainian in front of us now. We will have to see. But yeah, look, again, lift, slight dab of the brakes, nowhere near as hard as we were having to at the time. Although I have overshot it, and I remember that. I was telling my housemate Bart not to cross at that point. And, yeah, it's enough of a distraction in itself just having to talk at that point. So never mind. Down to 8th now. So yeah, I made a bit of a mess of this race, which is a shame, but it is what it is. Because I quite like the cars, I quite like the tracks, so I was feeling quite confident in this race, although there weren't many fast drivers in the... oh no, sorry, there were, it was the manufacturers, I think there were many fast drivers, because they did all right in the manufacturers. I was back to S for this, just sportsmanship ranking, I was back to AS for this. So the lobby was quite good for this room. It was A plus and A, I think that was it, just A plus and A. Majority A, there's only a few A plus, but it's rare to be in the majority A lobby, to be honest with you, so it was quite a good lobby, so I was feeling quite confident. Obviously I got the pole, not the pole, sorry, the podium start 3rd place, as this Bugatti comes up from nowhere behind, flying through, down to 9th now, as I was just saying. So yeah, starting from 3rd, I was feeling quietly confident in this race, but just had a bit of a nightmare, but that's how it goes sometimes, so that's why you have a whole season to do as well. So we'll see how it goes. So okay, 7th now after the pit stops. I think that guy ahead is the guy who I sort of lag bumped off on that one. And we've got Italian in 3rd. So 1st, 2nd and 3rd has pretty much stayed the same. I've just lost out to a couple of people in the pits. Well, I made the mistakes, didn't I? So it compromised me and my outlap, so that's why. Didn't lose it in the pits, I just lost it with mistakes. There's another one. A little bit too hot there, but almost. Ideally you do want to have that sort of trail braking, just turn it in on the brakes and just get the rotation at the right time, but a little bit too hot. Doesn't really matter at this point. Looking pretty good for a 7th here, so which is a shame. Should have really been 3rd at least. But yeah, you'd hope to at least finish where you start with you, so a bit disappointing, but maybe I just need to try and plan when I do the races a little bit better. It's tough though, you've only got so much time, and yeah, it is what it is. I still ended up with more points from this race than the manufacturers, so that's just a representation of the room being stronger. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame. I could have got a good haul of points from this lobby, I think. But we'll see what the next one is. Just waiting on that shifter race. Yeah, same as the last video. Let me know how you guys have been getting on. I'm going to be interested to know how everyone's doing in this championship. Are you doing it? Is the main question, I suppose. I mean, why not? You got nothing to lose, might as well. It's hard to find the timers to do them both. I know. But yeah, let me know how you're getting on if you are. It'd be good to hear from you guys. I'm going to try and do every round on this one. And like I say, I've not really bothered doing the test seasons too much, so this is kind of like my test season, which is, you know, quite bad, I suppose. I should have practiced a bit more, but I'm not going to make it to the finals. I already know that. So this is just, you know, just to see what I can do. But yeah, I'll try and do every round. I think we'll make a nice little video series. A bit more structure to the uploads. But otherwise, yeah, you know, I'm still just mainly if I'm on Gran Turismo, I'm in the kart really. I might do some other uploads now. I've got Dirt 4, which I've tried with the wheels. I wanted to see. I've got the TGT, the Thrustmaster. And a lot of people say that it's only really good for Gran Turismo. It's not that good for with other games. I may as well have bought another Thrustmaster. And I didn't mind that anyway because I was only buying it for Gran Turismo. But since I got Dirt 4. A few weeks ago, I've only been playing it with the pad just as like a chill out game, but I tried it with the wheel, and actually on the simulation handling settings, I've not tried it on the other ones, but if you put it on the settings that are similar to Dirt Rally, the more hardcore sim, it's actually pretty good. It's a pretty good game with the wheel. The graphics are great, it sounds great, but even the way it feels, the feedback's pretty good. Even without the, the TGT's got that speaker that only works on Gran Turismo, where it sends vibrations down the wheel column and whatnot. But even without that, the feedback's still great. So yeah, I might do some uploads like that, a bit something a bit different, do some rallies. And the rally cross is really good fun in that game. I think that'd be quite uploadable. So I mean, we'll see maybe. I might do something like that. Because yeah, the sport, doing the dailies and stuff, just like it stresses me out a bit. And I'm the same in real life. It's not just the game. So I do some racing in real life, and I've had to take breaks from that before, where I just get too annoyed with like the contacts and racing and stuff. And in real life, because you're spending a lot of money on it, obviously, it is frustrating when you turn up in first corner of lap 1, someone punches you off. But you know, I don't need that from my gaming as well. You know, so sometimes it's just good to take a little break and so you're not getting too wound up with that stuff. Because you know, it can be frustrating when you've put a lot of time into trying to build and maintain a score, and you see it get wiped out in a race. And of course, that stuff doesn't matter, and it doesn't really. You know, you just enter your races and have your races. But so when you have like a string of bad races and you just end up plummeting down SR scores or whatever and getting matched with worse drivers, you end up with it's almost like catch 21 almost. You know, you just end up getting matched with worse people, and then you try and race how you'd like to race, and they just have got no clue what you're doing and turning on you and all these things. It can get a bit stressful. So I think these FIA races are going to be good fun. People will be a bit better behaved, and yeah, just see how I got on in the championships. I think it'll be interesting. I'm not expecting too much from either, so I think that's a good way to go into it. You know, don't have high expectations or anything. Look at the state of this. Let that Bugatti come through again. So yeah, there we go. Fuel's not a problem. Tyres not a problem. We are a bit close on fuel though, but we could have fueled more at the pits, but we're fine. Just a bit disappointed in my performance really, but I think that's a bit getting towards the end of the day at this point. But that's no excuse, I should just get in better shape and everything. But there we go. So that's round 1 of the Nations underway, 7th in the end. Not the best result, but hold on, I'll just fast forward and we'll see the points. So yep, confirmation of the 7th. And there we go, look, 1,126 points. So not brilliant, not the worst. But I hope hopefully we'll have some better performances and better rounds in the future. But there we go, that'll do it for this one, guys. Please do let me know how you've been getting on if you're doing the FIA Championships. And I'll see you in the next one anyway. Thank you guys. Alright, thanks, bye.